The West is considering the possibility of strengthening its position against the background of economic difficulties in China, according to Bloomberg. In today's economic conditions, China, the United States and other G7 countries are increasingly observing signs of deep-rooted structural problems that can strengthen the West's position in the fight against a weak geopolitical competitor, which is currently China. It used to look as if China would surely catch up with the declining America as the leader of the world economy. However, the situation has changed now. Government officials in the United States and other G7 countries believe that China has made a mistake by ignoring recommendations to open up its economy more, and while it is too early to say that China has bottomed out, it has long-term problems that are holding back development. China continues to deepen ties with economies in the global south, and the list of countries interested in joining BRICS shows its growing influence in emerging markets. The duration of the slowdown in the Chinese economy remains unknown. Representatives of the G7 countries note that China has financial reserves to stimulate the economy and avoid economic collapse. However, currently these measures are not very effective and their capabilities are limited. Even so, officials from the US, Europe and Japan stress there is no room for complacency as they face their own challenges and the impact of a weak China on the global economy and their own companies. Western officials believe that China remains a major challenge in many strategic sectors and is likely to remain so for years to come. This means that they will actively support alternative supply chains through their own industrial policies, subsidies, benefits, etc. China continues to deepen ties with economies in the global south, and the list of countries interested in joining BRICS shows its growing influence in emerging markets. China's expansion of the authoritarian model was based on its own economic growth, which now appears at least limited and its appeal diminishing. A slowdown in China's economy will mean less demand for goods and other goods made in China, which could lead to less geopolitically motivated Chinese investment and influence in regions such as Africa. It also means a decrease in China's influence as an economic partner for the developed world. U.S. officials believe that China's economic slowdown will help their efforts to persuade European allies and others to distance themselves from China. European companies are looking for ways to diversify, and Italy, amid the weakening of Russia and China, is considering increasing its role in Africa. China's delay would be a blow to its efforts to sell its economic model as an alternative to Western democracies. However, it could also prompt China to act more aggressively to protect its position and distract its own population from economic difficulties at home. Despite the issues discussed, officials agree that even if China's slow growth reduces competition for a while, Beijing will remain a significant competitor in the global economy for years to come.